Welcome to Use Certify CompTIA Cloud CV0-004 Must Know Glossary Terms, Part 4. Term: Secure Shell, SSH. Definition: an encrypted command line interface utility that is used to access a remote device. Term: Secure Sockets Layer, SSL/Transport Layer Security, TLS. Definition: protocols that operate on top of TCP and provide an encrypted session between the client and the server. Term: security policy. Definition: a document that defines your company's cloud controls, organizational policies, responsibilities, and underlying technologies to secure your cloud deployment. Term: service level agreement. Definition: a document that outlines specific metrics and the minimum performance or availability level and outlines the penalties for failing to meet the metrics. Term: Service Organization Controls, SOC1. Definition: also known as SSAA 16 and ISAA 3402. This is a report that outlines controls on a service organization and the internal controls of financial reporting operations. Term: site mirroring. Definition: the process of keeping the backup site updated so that it's ready to assume the workload in the event of a primary site failure. Term: snapshot. Definition: an instance-in-time image for rollbacks or backups. Term: SOC2. Definition: a report that concerns a business's non-financial reporting controls for availability, confidentiality, privacy, processing integrity, and security of a system. Term: SOC3. Definition: a report for public disclosure of financial controls and security reporting. Term: subnet mask. Definition: segments an existing IP address in a TCP IP network and divides the address into the network and host addresses. Subnetting can further divide the host portion of an IP address into additional subnets to route traffic within the larger subnet. Term: synchronous replication. Definition: the process of replicating data in real time from the primary storage system to a remote facility. Synchronous replication writes data to both the primary storage system and the replica simultaneously in order to ensure that the remote data is current with local replicas. Data is always consistent between replicas. Term: tabletop. Definition: a role-playing exercise wherein a group of people respond to a hypothetical incident. Term: telnet. Definition: a virtual terminal application that allows for command line logins to a remote device. Term: templates. Definition: software representations of network systems. By using these templates, you can deploy complete cloud systems at a single time. Term: thick provisioning. Definition: the allocation of all the requested virtual storage capacity at the time the disk is created. Term: thin provisioning. Definition: the allocation of the minimum amount of the requested virtual storage capacity required at the time the disk is created. Term: tracer/tracer route. Definition: a command line utility used for network path troubleshooting. This utility shows the routed path a packet of data takes from source to destination. Term: trigger. Definition: the process of initiating an event report based on a metric value or threshold that is considered to be outside your baseline. Term: triple data encryption standard, 3DES. Definition: a symmetrical cipher. 3 encryption keys of various lengths are used. The first key is used to encrypt a block of data, a second key is then used to decrypt the block, and a third key is used to encrypt it again. This triple encryption function on each block of data is reversed to decrypt the data. Term: troubleshooting. Definition: the process of diagnosing the cause of impairment and resolving the issue. Term: ubiquitous access. Definition: the ability to access cloud services from anywhere in the network from a variety of devices. Term: variance. Definition: the measurement of the spread between the baseline and measured result. Term: version update. Definition: replacing a software product with a newer version of the same product. Version updates can add new features, bring the system up to date, provide a roll-up of all previous patches, and improve the product. Term: vertical scaling. Definition: a scaling that involves replacing the current machine image with that of a larger offering that has additional CPU capacity, such as higher clock speeds or more cores. Term: virtualization. Definition: hardware abstraction that allows a single piece of physical equipment to be presented to software systems and multiple platforms.
Term: vulnerability testing. Definition: a testing that is used to find objects in your cloud deployment that can be exploited, which are potential security threats. Term: warm site. Definition: a disaster recovery backup site where the remote is offline except for critical data storage, which is usually a database. The rest of the site infrastructure needs to be enabled.
Term: workflow. Definition: a series of steps or activities required to complete a task. Term: workflow automation. Definition: defines a structured process for a series of actions that should be taken in order to complete a process. Term: workflow services. Definition: track a process from start to finish and sequence the applications that are required to complete the process. Thank you for watching. Learn more with UCertify.